loser says what?
I know what you're trying to do. I'm not going to say what.
You're a loser! You loserhead! I hate you!
Hello, everyone. Happy Friday. Just in case you didn't know, just for anybody out there who's wondering, I hate Cody Rhodes, okay? I hate this fucking jerk, yo. I don't, bro. Somehow my hatred for Cody Rhodes continues to grow and grow and grow. This guy is the biggest, like, what's the word? What's the word I'm looking for? He's like the biggest, like he just seems like a snob. Like, I don't know. Like, this guy seems like he's full of shit. Like, he really seems like he's full of shit. Like, I don't like this guy as a wrestler, and I really don't like this guy even as the person. Because for a long time, I used to say, I'm like, you know what? I dislike Cody Rhodes, the wrestler, but I have nothing against the actual person. I don't like the actual person. Like, I don't know. This guy rubs me the wrong way. I know it's not just me. Let me know if you feel the same way too. But this guy seems like the biggest jackass that's ever walked the face of the face of Earth, that's ever grazed this planet. Okay, like, I do not like this guy at all, bro. Like, look at the smug look on his face. The fuck are you looking at in this picture? Yeah, at least he's not doing that little corny ass smile that he usually does, or that stupid sad face that he likes to do. I don't even know what face he's making here. He just looks like an asshole at all times. All right, and I'm not gonna lie, he looks like he's aged at least like 5 years over the span of a year. I don't understand how that's possible. What are you? Are you stressed or something? Why are you aging like that? You don't wrestle. You don't even show up to fucking work. What are you stressed about? Maybe Brandy Rhodes is like nagging him to death when he's at home, when he should be on Monday Night Raw and SmackDown defending his belt, or at least trying to entertain us. He's probably at home and Brandy's probably like nagging him to death. She's probably like, man, why the fuck did I marry this loser? I want a real man. Like, she's probably pegging him every night. I know he takes it up the ass, bro. Like, she probably hasn't. Wait, let me stop. Actually, no, let me not stop. I was gonna say she probably hasn't felt any manly, masculine touch in a long time. She's probably the one pegging his ass. All right. I do not like Cody Rhodes, bro. All right. This is kind of a bullshit video, by the way. So yeah, for any smart who crosses this video, they're like, "Oh, you're not even giving evidence for why you hate Cody." Don't ever talk about Cody. Like, grow up, bro. Please grow up. Remember that you're a man, okay? You're not a. I know society has turned you into a big giant pussy. This is for that one smart who keeps crossing my videos. But brother, it's time to man up. You can still save yourself, okay? I'm talking to you. You know who I'm talking about. I know you're probably like in your 20s. You still have time, buddy. Okay? Maybe you can get a haircut. Maybe you can actually invest in walking into the bathroom and going into the shower. Okay? It's time to stop being allergic to the shower. Okay? It's time to go to the Dollar Tree and buy some deodorant, and maybe, just maybe, you can go out there and meet you a little honey who will, you know what I'm saying, rub your back and massage you at night. Okay, that's what I'm hoping for you. That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping that you can stop watching this wrestling. I'm hoping that you can stop going on the internet and typing away about your precious Cody. Okay, I fucking hate that smart who keeps crossing on my channel. I forgot his username, but he'll probably comment on this. If you guys see him in the comments, I hope you guys bully him to death. Oh, my bad. YouTube, when I say bully him to death, it's a metaphor. I don't actually mean to death, but I'm going to have to bleep that out. But yeah, my bad. Let me get to the actual point of the video. All right, so let me be honest, okay? I'm going to give you guys a little retrospective of my, I won't even say Cody Rhodes fandom, but my experience watching this loser wrestler. This is how I feel about his career, okay? His first WWE run was irrelevant. I'm not even going to talk about that. But I remember when I saw him forming AEW, I'm not going to lie, I was actually impressed. I was impressed. I was like, wow, that's pretty impressive. They're starting a new wrestling company, you know. And then you know what else impressed me? The fact that this company was already in an arena. You know what I'm saying? The first was, I think it was Double or Nothing, 2019. You know what I'm saying? It was sold out. It was in an arena. I heard Jim Ross on commentary. I was like, okay, this is actually impressive, all right? You know what I'm saying? And then, before that even happened, I think he did All In the pay-per-view. You know what? I'll give him credit. That's impressive. You know what I'm saying? That loser ass weirdo Dave Meltzer was like, "Oh, Ring of Honor can't sell out an arena," and then he was like, "Oh, let me take that bet," and then he actually did it. So that was impressive. But then, let me tell you where the problem starts. Okay, Cody Rhodes starts AEW, and I actually didn't mind him that much in AEW. He used to act kind of gay, but when I say gay, I mean happy YouTube. He used to act pretty gay on the show, but he kind of had like this sense of urgency that, like, it seemed like he had this bitterness towards WWE and Triple H. Like, you remember when he broke the throne? I'm not saying that was cool. That was actually really gay, but like, I didn't mind it because you could see that he was really bitter towards WWE. He used to take shots at them. You could see he was going out there every week on Dynamite. This is when Dynamite first started, and he was really trying his best to be entertaining. I didn't hate Cody Rhodes during this time. I was like, okay, at least he's trying to be entertaining. I remember one time he went out there on Dynamite and he took like 10 lashes from MJF. I thought that was kind of cool. I was like, okay, that's a cool little segment, until I learned that they literally copied that segment from Sandman and Tommy Dreamer. Then I was like, oh, these fucking copycats. Like, these guys are not original at all. But you get what I'm trying to say. Like, it seemed like he was trying to be entertaining. I remember one week he went out there and he did like a moonsault off the top of the cage onto Wardlow or something. That was kind of cool. I remember one week he like suplexed someone through like a fiery table. I remember he was fighting Shaq the next week. Like, it felt like he was trying to be entertaining. I remember he was doing a little TNT Open Challenge, just ripping off John Cena's US Open Challenge. Even though he was ripping everybody off, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what Cody Rhodes does. Like, there's nothing original about this guy, bro. All he does is just copy. But you get what I'm trying to say. Cody Rhodes, it seemed like he was trying to be entertaining for like the first year or two in AEW Dynamite. It seemed like he was trying to prove himself, and I didn't hate him yet, right? And then he turns his back on AEW, which is pretty shitty. This is why I think this guy's a piece of shit, right? He was like, oh, they didn't pay me enough money. No, he just turned his back on AEW. That's what actually happened, right? So then he leaves, joins WWE, right? I still don't hate him at this point, okay? I still don't hate him, even though all of the YouTubers, right? All of the smart YouTubers were already talking shit about him. You know what I'm saying? And saying that he sucks. I was like, okay. I mean, I understood that he sucked, but I'm like, I don't hate him that much. At this point, I didn't hate him that much. You know what I'm saying? Even though everybody else was starting to hate him, right? So he comes to WWE. He comes back at WrestleMania, whatever. He beats Seth Rollins. The next week the next night, on Raw, he's like, what do you want to talk about? I still didn't hate him at this point, because I remember when he first said, what do you want to talk about? I'm like, okay, it's kind of cool. He just made his return. The fans were going crazy. He took a pause, and then he said, what do you want to talk about? So I'm like, okay. And then the fans went crazy. I'm like, that's kind of cool, right? Then he wrestled Seth Rollins 3 times in a row. I still don't hate him, even though he just beat Seth Rollins 3 times because Seth Rollins sucks. And then he does that thing in the Hell in a Cell when he has like a torn pec and his arm looks like it's about to fall off. He looked like a badass. He actually looked like a wrestler. He looked like, you know what I'm saying? That looked kind of cool, all right? At this point, I still don't hate Cody Rhodes. You know why? First of all, Vince McMahon was still here, and Vince McMahon had him wrestling every single week, because that's the type of man that Vince is. Vince is not going to hand you anything. He sees that you came over from AEW, and he's like, I don't give a shit that you know what I'm saying? He's like, I don't care what you did out there. He's like, you're back here now. You need to prove yourself. And I remember every single week on Raw, he was wrestling, okay? And then he gets injured, because like I said, he torn his pec. So now he's gone, right? He was gone for 7-8 months? And guess what happens while Cody Rhodes is gone? Triple H becomes the man in charge. And this, to me, is when I really started to hate Cody Rhodes. This was the genesis, baby. This is when I was like, okay, this guy fucking stinks. Let me tell you when it happened. Royal Rumble, I think it was 2023, okay? Yeah, it was that year. That was I think that was the first time he won. All right, during this Royal Rumble, first of all, this Royal Rumble was terrible, right? But guess what? Number 30 is coming out. We all knew who it was because it was already pre-announced that Cody Rhodes is coming back. So Cody comes out at number 30. His music's playing, whatever. But then guess what? He stands there and he gets pyro in the Royal Rumble. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Ever. I was like, what the fuck? I couldn't believe it. Nobody else got pyro, by the way. Brock Lesnar was in this Royal Rumble, and even he didn't get pyro, if I'm correct. Correct me if I'm wrong. No, you don't have to correct me. I know. I remember it vividly. Brock Lesnar didn't get pyro. Cody Rhodes is the only one who stood there and got pyro. And in that moment, we all knew what was coming up. We're like, okay, Cody Rhodes is going to win, which he does. He wins. He just eliminates everyone and he's the winner, right? And at this point, something started to feel weird. I was like, okay, I already saw what was coming, right? So he the road to this WrestleMania was so bad. Like, I remember he wasn't wrestling. His fans were out of control. I haven't talked about this loser on my channel in a while, but Walt Clyde, that stupid bitch, this guy starts going off on me. All right, because I can't believe I used to be a viewer of this guy's channel. For anyone who wonders, oh, why do you hate Walt Clyde? Let me tell you real quick. I was on his channel, and I think I commented. I said, I was like, I think Roman Reigns is going to beat Cody Rhodes. This is WrestleMania 39, by the way. I'm like, oh, I think Roman Reigns is going to win because they want him to reach 1,000 days. That's all I typed on his video, right? And he starts going off and saying, don't ever you comment anything like this on my channel again. I'm going to block you or something like that. He blocks me, right? And I was like, oh, this guy's a big, giant pussy hole. I was like, I didn't know that. And I never listened to one of his videos again. I actually want to make a video about Walt Clyde. I would like to listen to one of his videos and react to that. That would be kind of funny. But let me know if you want to hear that. But yeah, back to Cody Rhodes. His road to WrestleMania 39 was the worst thing ever, bro. I remember all of his fans were like, they felt like he was like obligated to win. It was so strange. It didn't make any sense. I'd never seen anything like that before in my life, except for Bryan Danielson, his stupid ass run. This was like Daniel Bryan 2.0, but it felt even worse for some reason. Like, it was so weird. They're like, Cody Rhodes has to beat Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 39, or WWE's making the biggest mistake ever. And every single fan who wasn't a retard knew that Roman Reigns was going to win. Okay? If I were to make a guess, maybe only 10% of wrestling fans were picking Roman Reigns going into this match. Okay? I remember all the smart YouTubers were picking Roman Reigns. And guess what? Roman Reigns won. You see what I'm saying? And then Cody Rhodes fans, this is when they really lost it. They were bitching, crying. Oh, how could they let Roman Reigns retain the belt? Listen here, you idiot. Oh gosh, every time I make a video, the same car. Listen here, you idiot. Oh, how could they make Roman Reigns win? Because they want him to reach 1,000 days. Very simple. You see what I'm saying? So they're like, oh, Cody Rhodes has to finish his story. Oh my gosh. And then guess what? By the way, Cody Rhodes' 2023 was the worst thing ever. He starts feuding with Brock Lesnar. It was so corny. And then he just becomes Super Cody, Super Cena 2.0 up in this bitch and wins. Just not as cool as John Cena, even though, you know, Cena's kind of corny too. But Cena's way cooler than Cody Rhodes. Come on. Yeah, so he becomes Super Cody. He beats up Brock Lesnar. Then he does like nothing else for the rest of 2023 except for bitching and crying on the show. Literally crying tears. I remember there were a couple of Raws where this guy is crying, right? And then guess what? He wins back-to-back Royal Rumbles. The first person to do it since, I think, Shawn Michaels. Like, are you kidding me? That's who you're going to let win back-to-back Royal Rumbles? And there was no suspense. We all knew he was going to win again. It was so stupid, right? And then his fans were like, oh, this is the year. This is the year that he finally finishes his story. Oh, my God. I'm like, you guys are pathetic, okay? So guess what? The original plans were to... The WWE, they were planning to have Roman Reigns versus The Rock. Do you guys remember that? Remember when The Rock walked out there and then he did a face-to-face with Roman? And then, no, first he shook Cody Rhodes. He shakes this bitch ass's hands, right? And Cody Rhodes is sitting there with the biggest little sissy like look on his face. He's like all butthurt. And don't tell me that this was part of the show. I remember some fans during this time were trying to say, oh, Cody Rhodes was sad because, you know, in kayfabe, he should be sad. He's taking his spot. He wasn't in kayfabe. He was really like bitch pouting in front of the whole world, in front of The Rock because he took his spot. Oh my gosh, this is embarrassing, dude. So do you guys remember that happened? And then they started to threaten Cody Rhodes' fans. I mean, they start threatening The Rock's daughter. All right. And then guess what? They give Cody Rhodes his spot. They give Cody Rhodes a spot against Roman Reigns because his fans are bitching. Because Cody's bitching. I'm remembering this era. This was insane. This was literally last year in 2024. This was the most pathetic, gayest thing you could ever see in your life, bro. We missed out on The Rock versus Roman for Cody Rhodes' bitch ass so he could finish the story. Why couldn't he just finish his story against Seth Rollins? You see what I'm saying? Said, that's not the WWE Championship, man. Why does he have to win the WWE Championship? It's a world title, right? If you want to make the title feel legit, make Cody finish his story against Seth Rollins. Oh my gosh, bro. Whatever. So Cody Rhodes gets his little shot against Roman. I'm still convinced to this day that the only reason that Cody Rhodes got this shot is because The Rock was like, all right, bro. Like, he was probably so annoyed by the fans and just tired of these people. He was like, all right, bro, just give the little faggot his his shot against Roman. Like, I don't want to hear these fans complain. Like, they're literally threatening my daughter over some fake ass wrestling. Like, what? Like, you can't make this shit up, bro. So Cody gets his shot against The Rock. I mean, I guess against The Rock, my bad. So Cody gets his shot against Roman, right? And do you guys remember the day before Cody won? Guess who pinned Cody Rhodes in the middle of the ring? The Rock. The Rock. Please don't forget this, okay? To this day, it's 2025. We're about to be in 2026 in like 2 seconds, right? Cody Rhodes has never pinned The Rock back. So the real champion is The Rock, bro. He's the one who you know what I'm saying? He pinned Cody and Cody never got a rematch or nothing. So, like, if you don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you're really being logical about this, The Rock is the champion. You know what I'm saying? Who gives a fuck about Cody Rhodes? The final boss is the real face of the company. He's the real champion. But guess what? He's like, you know what? This WWE stuff is still gay. So you know what? I'm gonna just leave, and that's why we don't see The Rock now. Okay, but yeah, Cody Rhodes basically finishes his story against Roman. The Avengers Endgame. I can't believe the fans are calling it that. Avengers Endgame of WWE. That is the gayest, saddest thing I've ever heard in my life. By the way, YouTube, when I say gay, I mean happy. That is very gay to call it Avengers Endgame. Like, it's just like the manga that I read when Cody Rhodes won his championship. It was so stupid, bro. Like, I think The Undertaker put up. I'm so silly. Seth Rollins was there. It made no sense, okay? So Cody Rhodes beats Roman Reigns. And this title reign was the worst thing ever. Like, when I say this, I'm not joking. I honestly don't remember anything about Cody's title reign. Let me know in the comments if you remember anything, because I don't. I don't remember not one thing from this shitty title reign. It was pathetic. It was terrible. It was horrible, okay? And that's basically where we are now. Cody Rhodes has basically just been the champion the whole time, doing nothing. He's the champion right now as we speak. Okay, he lost it to John Cena for a little bit and then took it right back. Why did this happen? I have no idea. I don't understand, dude. You had a chance again. Like, I talked about this in my last video. Cody Rhodes ending Roman Reigns' title run was the biggest mistake ever. And you had one more chance to make a new star by having John Cena win the championship. And instead of putting over a new star, you put over Cody again. He's 40 years old. He's a 40-year-old man. Why are you putting this old-ass loser over? This shit doesn't make any sense. This company is crippled right now because of Cody Rhodes, bro. Nobody gives a fuck about him. Let me tell you something, bro. The proper way to have done this Cody story thing, this would have been the proper way. You bring back Cody Rhodes to the WWE, right? He talks about how he's old. He should just say it. Like, okay, I'm getting older. My career has basically passed me by. All of my youth, I was a jobber, okay? But now I have improved. And now I'm just looking for one chance to become the champion. That should have been his gimmick. And he should have went out there, challenged for the belt like 10 times and lose, right? If you did that, I would have started rooting for Cody Rhodes myself. I guarantee it. I even would have been a fan. I would have been like, damn, I would like to see this guy, become the champion. Even I would have wanted to see it. He should have, like, that would have been the proper way to present it. Like the old bastard, the old asshole who could he somehow just win the title once for his dad. I would have been like, okay, I wouldn't mind seeing him win the championship, right? And then he could win the belt one time, not from Roman Reigns. He should have won the belt from Roman. He should have won it from like somebody else, right? And when Cody Rhodes wins, he should have had a Christian title run. Do you guys remember that from 2011 where he literally wins the belt and then he just drops it to Randy Orton in like 4 days on SmackDown? That's how Cody Rhodes should have won the title. And I'm not saying that to try and make you laugh or to joke. I'm dead ass. That would have been the proper title reign for Cody Rhodes. He wins it on a pay-per-view and then the very next Raw or SmackDown, he just drops it to some young guy. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not really about the title run. Cody Rhodes doesn't have to have a title reign. The only thing that mattered was him having his little moment. Just give him his moment and then make him drop the belt and then he can leave forever. Why the fuck is this guy the flag bearer of wrestling? Like the guy that like the face of the company who's gonna lead this company. He's not doing anything for this company. He's killing it even more. This is ridiculous, man. This is bullshit. I hate Cody Rhodes. He's not going anywhere, it looks like. Actually, no, I think I heard a report that said he might retire soon. Please retire. I beg you from the bottom of my heart. Please retire. Please, please, please just get out of here. Nobody wants to see you, okay? And take Gunther's bitch ass with you. Get the fuck out of here. Like, nobody likes you guys. You guys suck. You guys are mid-carders. It's just mid-carders posing as main eventers. It's ridiculous, yo. Cody Rhodes is the worst thing that's ever happened to wrestling, okay? I would never like this asshole, okay? Please, just get this bitch out of here. I hope somebody like bullies him out the company. That would be so cool. Like, I wish JBL was still in wrestling. That would be so awesome. He'd be like, Cody, you suck, bitch. And then he starts crying and then he's just like sobbing and then he just leaves and then we never see him again for the rest of his life. That'd be so awesome. And then he can just crawl under a rock. And then, and then people be like, oh, what happened to that Cody Rhodes guy? I don't know. Who gives a fuck about him? We got this new superstar, Braun Breaker. I think Braun Breaker is kind of done now too. They kind of messed him up in my opinion. Just find some new guy off the road. Just go to like your nearest local gym, WWE. Look for some young guy who's in shape and just pick him to be the face already. And let's just let's just get on with our lives already. Please fix WWE, bro. This shit is trash. All right, thank you for watching this video, by the way. Please subscribe to my new basketball channel. The link should be in the description. It's called Free Fall Basketball, all right? Where I'm going to make a lot of basketball rants, all right? Thank you so much for listening to this video. I hope you're entertained on Friday, all right? If you're at work, on your break, you know what I'm saying? You got something to listen to while you eat your burger, all right? If you're at school, you know what I'm saying? And your teacher is boring you to death, just listen to the word lifer, you feel me? All right, peace out, everybody. Peace.